everyone, I'm the Tailorette, a historical costumer and creative sewist, and today I will be showing you how I take my measurements for all of my dresses. So a few tips before we start measuring. Where do you get a tape measure? Well, you can get one of these from the sewing store at Joann's or from Hobby Lobby, or you can find them at Walmart in their sewing section, depending on which Walmart you go to. These are just a basic sewing measuring tape. They're not like the stiff ones that come from the hardware store. That is not the correct measuring tape because that will present lots of problems when you're taking your measurements. Also, number 2 is do not measure with a bunch of clothes on. I have clothes on right now because this is just appropriate for the video. However, when you're measuring for an actual dress, you'll want to measure with whatever undergarments you plan on wearing. So whether it's modern day or historical, if you are wearing a corset underneath your dress, wear that corset. If you're wearing a chemise underneath the corset, put the chemise on underneath the corset and take your measurements after that because the dress is fitting over that. Okay, so first things first, when you are measuring for a dress, you will always need your bust measurement. Now, there are a few things that people always get wrong is they always think that when it says bust, it means your under bust, which is here, or they measure over here, which is your over bust. When it says bust, it literally means the fullest part of your bust. So you're going to take your measuring tape and you will literally measure at the fullest part. So when they ask for an underbust, which sometimes I will ask for an underbust, which is right here, right at your bra line, underneath your bust. So you're going to measure right underneath there. This is your underbust right here, which is the smallest part under your bust. If you're doing over bust, you're going to measure here. However, I will say this is the most abnormal bust measurement that is requested by most seamstresses. It's not necessary most of the time. So that is the bust measurement. So the next measurement is your waist, which a lot of dresses hit at your waist. There are a lot of misconceptions about the waist measurement as well. A lot of people think that your waist measurement is right at your belly button, which is actually not true. The true spot of where your waist is right under your last rib. So you're gonna go down your rib cage and you're gonna find where is that bottom rib. And right here is where my natural waist is. So when they say natural waist, that's what that means. And this includes not only historical measurements, but also for modern day measurements. When they ask for waist, that's what they're asking for, which on most people is the smallest part of their waist, not for everybody. So you're going to find your bottom rib, which is right there. You're going to measure all the way around. And that is your waist measurement. Not down here, right here. So now I'm going to go over the hip measurement. It's not super important to have this one when you're making historical dresses because historical dresses are not form-fitting to your hips most of the time unless you start getting into certain eras, but generally not. But however, I like to have my hip measurements from my customers just so that I can know what body type they are and where they fit on the size chart. And it gives me an idea of how the dress should be shaped in general. So I like to take measurement right around the largest part of the hip. You don't go at your hip bones, you go at wherever the largest part is on your hips. Okay, so on to the next measurement, and this one I like to use for my Regency dresses because Regency dresses are empire waist. So how I do this is I will have my customers or whoever I'm measuring, whether it's myself or somebody else, I take at the shoulder, just the top of the shoulder, the center top part of the shoulder, to the under bust. So I will put the beginning of the tape measure right on top of my shoulder, right here. And I go directly over like that down to the bra line, and that is the top of shoulder to under bust. That will give me the idea of how long I should make the bodice because you don't want to make it too short or it'll be up here or it'll be sagging down here. This way you can have an actual straight shot of where exactly your empire waist is supposed to land. So another measurement which is somewhat similar is top of shoulder to waist. So I will use this for my 18th century dresses or my Civil War dresses because those hit at the natural waist, which is the waist measurement that I gave before. That will be right at the bottom rib, right at your last rib, underneath that last rib. So we're going to do right at the top of the shoulder, just like we did, and we're going to go down here, and you're going to measure there to see how tall it is. So this measurement is for the length of a skirt. So you're going to, how I do it on myself, so I don't have to have somebody else, is I drop the tape measure down to the floor, just so it's touching the floor. And I actually like my dresses to hit the top of my toes. And then I see where the measurement lands on my waistline here, my natural waist. And you can do that with the underbust of, go up to your empire waist if that's where the waist is too, and you can see what measurement it is. I'm a 45 from underbust to floor, 41 to waist to floor. One last measurement I like to require is when I'm doing a short sleeve, or even if I'm doing a long sleeve, just to know how wide to make the armhole. So basically this one's kind of hard to do on your own, but I kind of figured out how to do it by myself. So you flip it over your arm like this, and then you bring it around and you'll see the measurement on the inside of your arm. And if you need another arm measurement, say you need it down here, lower bicep, or here, or even your wrist, it's the same idea. One other arm measurement that I think a lot of you are probably wondering about is shoulder to wrist. When I ask for a shoulder to wrist measurement, I'm asking for a shoulder, meaning the shoulder seam, not shoulder up here, but shoulder seam, because I want to know how long the sleeve is, and this is where the seam starts. So basically, I will hold this with my finger. It's kind of hard, you'll have to subtract a little bit. And then go up here and go, oh, that's 32. Well, it looks like I'm holding it an inch longer than from my wrist. So, yeah, it's 32 inches long. So that is all for today, folks. If you have any further questions on how these measurements work, please do not hesitate to comment below. Also, if you have any ideas of what you would like to see coming out in the future on my YouTube channel, please let me know, because I would be more than happy to do videos on those for you. So with that said, I'm going to conclude this video, and I will see you next time.